What if I told you there exists a film where everything happens in reverse? People uneat food, broken things fix themselves, and a man escapes prison by going back into it. This isn't a dream. This is one of the most bizarre experiments in cinema history. Happy End, 1967. A film so strange, most people still don't understand what they just watched. Directed by the Czech filmmaker Oldřich Lipský, Happy End is not just a movie, it's a puzzle. The story begins with chaos. A man appears to be escaping from prison, but something feels off. Water flows upward, food jumps from plates back into mouths, objects move unnaturally like reality itself is broken. As the film progresses, we realize something shocking. The entire film is told in reverse chronology. But here's the genius. The narration, the voice of the main character, is completely normal. He believes everything is happening logically. To him, life makes perfect sense. But to us, it's disturbing. Let's break it down. A murder appears to be undone, a man revives instead of dying, a crime scene cleans itself, and slowly we realize we're watching events unfold backwards from execution to innocence. The main character, who starts as a prisoner, is actually moving backward toward freedom. But here's the psychological twist. His happy ending is actually his life going backward to the moment before his crime. So what feels like a resolution is actually the erasure of everything. This creates a haunting question. Is going backward really a happy ending, or just an escape from consequences? Now here's where things get even more fascinating. Hidden fact number 1, this film predates modern reverse storytelling. Long before films like Memento by Christopher Nolan, Happy End had already explored reverse narrative, but in a far more extreme way. Hidden fact number 2, actors had to perform actions in reverse. Imagine drinking water backwards, or walking in reverse naturally. Every actor had to rehearse movements in reverse physics. Then the footage was reversed again to create this unnatural illusion. This wasn't just acting, it was choreography against reality. Hidden fact number 3, the film is a dark comedy disguised as an experiment. At first glance, it feels like a surreal thriller, but it's actually satire. It mocks how humans justify their actions. The main character narrates events calmly, even when they make no sense visually, meaning humans often create logic even in chaos. Hidden fact number 4, it was made under communist-era censorship. In 1967, Czechoslovakia was under strict political control. Filmmakers had to be careful, so instead of direct criticism, directors used absurd storytelling as a disguise. This film subtly questions justice, reality, authority, but hides it under a bizarre narrative structure. Hidden fact number 5, the title itself is ironic. Happy End suggests closure and satisfaction, but in reality, the ending is a man returning to the beginning of his crime. So is it happy? Or is it a trap, repeating forever? Oldřich Lipský wasn't just making a film, he was experimenting with time perception. His goal was simple but radical. What if cinema could break time, not just tell a story? At that time, films followed linear storytelling, beginning, middle, end. But Lipský flipped this entirely. He forced the audience to question what they see, distrust their own understanding, and actively reconstruct the story in their mind. This is important because most films guide you, but Happy End challenges you. It turns the audience into a participant. And here's the deeper philosophy. Life only makes sense when we move forward. If we experience it backwards, even normal events feel absurd. This reflects how humans create meaning only through memory and direction. Without forward time, there is no logic. This idea would later inspire many filmmakers globally, even if indirectly. And now, the final twist. At the end of the film, the man who seemed to escape punishment actually returns to the exact moment before his crime. Everything resets. No lesson, no redemption, no future. Just a loop disguised as a happy ending. And that's the true horror of Happy End 1967. It suggests that escaping consequences might mean losing your entire story, because without moving forward, there is no life, only repetition, only illusion. And maybe that's the most disturbing ending of all. What if I told you there exists a film where everything happens in reverse? People uneat food, broken things fix themselves, and a man escapes prison by going back into it. This isn't a dream. This is one of the most bizarre experiments in cinema history. Happy End, 1967. A film so strange, most people still don't understand what they just watched. Directed by the Czech filmmaker Oldřich Lipský, Happy End is not just a movie, it's a puzzle. The story begins with chaos. A man appears to be escaping from prison, but something feels off. Water flows upward, food jumps from plates back into mouths, objects move unnaturally like reality itself is broken. As the film progresses, we realize something shocking. The entire film is told in